All right, good morning, everybody. Let me let this last person in that just came in. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Let me go ahead and share with you what you have on your plate for this week, as well as what unlocked for next week. All right. So for this week, you have 4.4 adding and subtracting. This is the first week of looking at this. We spent 2 weeks looking at multiplication and division. If you haven't already had a chance to dive into this, I hope you do today, right? Yesterday, I had a couple people email me that this first part video link for the 4.4 video tutorial wasn't working. Like when you clicked on it, it just like went to like a error screen for YouTube. So I got it fixed. I re-uploaded it and it's working now. So if you were having problems with this in the last couple of days or whenever, it's up and working. If you ever have problems like that, just like those people did that I was talking about a minute ago, just like they emailed me, please do so. I can fix it. If I can't fix it, I'll re-record it and upload it. So just let me know. But this is the first week of looking at that. Next week, I'll talk about, we're going to continue that idea. Basically the same thing we did with multiplication and division. Week 2, we looked at a worksheet. We're going to do the same thing this time as well. I think not only because the whole idea of multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting fractions is a little bit difficult. So I want to kind of pump the brakes a little bit since we've got some time. But also because adding and subtracting specifically, I think, is its own thing. And you really have to pay attention to what you're doing and learning some skills to kind of use that or to kind of do that. So if you haven't looked at this, make sure you set aside some time today. You've got the next 40 minutes in class to do this. Please, please, please. I'm not joking. This is not super easy, right? So dedicate some time to this. The interactive textbook with the pages is there. Practice problems. Please make sure you're doing these. And if you need any help with any of these, either watch my video tutorial or email me, right? Ideally, I want everybody to be watching these video tutorials because that's just like you sitting in class. So if you email me and you're like, hey, I need help, I don't understand any of this, and then you haven't watched any of these video tutorials, my question to you would be like, it's the same thing as you just skipping class and then expecting you to come in after school to get a lesson, from what I already taught in class. So that doesn't make sense. Make sure you're watching these video tutorials if you're needing some help. The extra practice is there. If you need it, you can access any of those extra practice problems either in Envision or in the book. The 2 assignments that'll be due Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. is the vocab and concepts and the check-in. Solutions manual is here to help you out with these practice problems. And then, like I said, the video tutorial is here. I think if I remember correctly, part 1 was the lesson, the examples, the vocab, all that stuff. And part 2 was the practice problems. And then for next week, kind of like we were talking about a second ago, we're going to kind of continue this idea of a review. Next week will be a review of everything: multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So all 4 operations will be on that worksheet. The way it ended up working out, of course, you can click on this and, get an idea of what we're doing. But the way it ended up working out was, I think the worksheet had 30 problems on it. I ended up doing half of those problems. So I'm just expecting you to do all of the odds. So I did all of the evens. So that way you've always got a problem to kind of match up with, because usually, the 2 problems are alike, odd versus even. So I did all the evens. So all I'm expecting you to do is all the odds. If you're comfortable with this and you want to just jump into the worksheet and do the odds, you don't have to show the work for the evens. All I'm expecting is to see the 15 odd problems for that week. So, and of course, the video for the worksheet is here. I'm just kind of reviewing, reminders, things like that, stressing things as I'm going through it, and then doing all the even problems for you. So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing, let lay people in. If there's any questions, feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm letting everybody that's late in now. Cool. Thanks, Liam. All right. I'm going to hang back and talk with people about anything they need to talk with me about. If you're good to go and you're ready to spend the next 40 minutes on this stuff, go ahead and get going. If you need anything, just shoot me an email and I can jump back on Zoom and help you out. All right. I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you next Monday. Bye, Andre. Have a good weekend.
Have a good day.
Bye, Jade. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Chapman.
Yeah, Tanner. Is that you, Tanner, talking?
No, that's Ryan.
Oh, there you go. Now it popped up. Hey, Ryan, what's up?
So yes, I know. I just got let in. So so what would we go over real quick?
Yeah, I'm going to upload this video to Canvas in just a minute. But all we did was just we took a look at what you have on your plate for this week, as well as next week. Next week is just going to be a worksheet, kind of like last week.
Okay.
So if you want to watch it later on, just to get the details, you can. But that's the most of it. So.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
Mr. Chapman, did I miss anything? Because I was in the waiting room since class started, so
Hey,
I don't know what I missed.
No, you're good. If people come in like class starts at 8:55. So at 8:55 is when I start. So if people come in after that, I just leave them in the waiting room. And then as soon as I'm done like sharing my screen, then I'll let people in. So don't stress about it. All we talked about was the work for this week, those 2 assignments, the vocab and concepts and the check-in, and then as well as kind of introduce the stuff from next week. The stuff for next week is just going to be a worksheet, kind of like last week. It's 30 problems. I did all the evens for you. So all you guys have to do are the odds.
Okay, that sounds good.
Cool. Thanks.
So is it just like sort of like continued from like last week's worksheet, but just it's different?
Yeah. So this next week's worksheet will be all 4 operations. I'll have multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction on it, just to review everything before we go into equations.
Okay, that's what I figured, because I wasn't sure if you were still going to do the same.
Yeah.
But okay, Sounds good. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thanks, Noe. See ya.
Have a good rest of your day and your weekend.
You too. Bye. All right, questions? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. Feel free to unmute yourself.